What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Sunday, December 12th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 5-game slate tonight. So let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Jalen Brunson from the Dallas Mavericks playing the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have the 4th worst defense overall. They're middle of the pack defending opposing point guards. Jalen Brunson has averaged 28.1 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 29 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. He's projected at 29.3 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.5 times value. He's 5,300 DraftKings salary, 500 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 210.5 points scored in this game. And Jalen Brunson has scored 25, 29, and 16 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 30, 34, and 23 minutes. And Jalen Brunson scored 26, 38, and 28 fantasy points in his last 3 games here versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the shooting guard position. Here's a value play for you. I like Terrence Ross from the Orlando Magic playing the LA Lakers, who have the 5th worst defense overall. They give up the 6th most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Terrence Ross has averaged 17.6 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 25 minutes per game with a 20% usage rate. He's projected at 18 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.9 times value. He's only 3,700 DraftKings salary, 600 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 220 points scored in this game, and Terrence Ross has scored 29, 27, and 14 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 25, 34, and 21 minutes. So I think he's an interesting play here. He scored 27, 12, and 30 fantasy points in his last 3 games versus the Lakers. So if you can get Terrence Ross for 25 to 30 minutes in this game and put up 25 plus fantasy points, you're going to crush value on DraftKings. So I like Terrence Ross as a value play here versus the LA Lakers. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like Kevin Durant from the Brooklyn Nets playing the Detroit Pistons, who have the 7th worst defense overall. They give up the 4th most fantasy points to opposing small forwards. Kevin Durant has averaged 48.9 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 36 minutes per game with a 31% usage rate. He's projected at 50.5 fantasy points here tonight, but I think he can score 55 fantasy points or more and get you 5 times value or more. He's 11,000 DraftKings salary, 200 less on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 211.5 points scored in this game. So I like Kevin Durant here versus the Detroit Pistons. Okay, let's take a look at the power forward position. I like Darius Bazley from the Oklahoma City Thunder playing the Dallas Mavericks, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall. They're middle-of-the-pack defending opposing power forwards. Darius Bazley has averaged 22.7 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 27 minutes per game with a 17% usage rate. He's projected at 21.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 4,300 DraftKings salary, 1,100 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 210.5 points scored in this game. And Darius Bazley has scored 27, 28, and 26 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 23, 32, and 29 minutes. So I think he's a pretty strong value play on DraftKings here tonight. So I like Darius Bazley here versus the Dallas Mavericks. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, moving on to the center position. Here's another value play for you. A couple of value plays for you so you can fit in Kevin Durant. I like Larry Nance Jr. from the Portland Trailblazers playing the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have the 6th worst defense overall. They give up the 3rd most fantasy points to opposing centers. Larry Nance Jr. has averaged 17 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 20 minutes per game with a 13% usage rate. He's projected at 19.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5 times value. He's 3,800 DraftKings salary, 1,100 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 220.5 points scored in this game. So you got a high-scoring game, a great matchup, and Larry Nance Jr. has scored 22, 12, and 21 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 22, 31, and 25 minutes. So the minutes are there. If he can get going, he could crush value on DraftKings. So I like Larry Nance Jr. here versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.